Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego and beautiful Karina from Venezuela, my beautiful wife from Venezuela. And Josias, our friend from Argentina, yesterday had lots and lots of questions. And he's paying an immigration attorney all kinds of money when I can give him all the answers for free right here. So I told Josias I would come back on today at 6 p.m. Central Time to help him with his questions because he had a lot of questions. Now, I'm not an immigration attorney. I don't give you any legal advice. I don't work for USCIS. And I don't work for those companies that charge you lots of money to process a simple green card or a simple K1 visa application. It's very easy to do. The paperwork's easy. You just got to pay attention to details. You got to, you know, be patient. The biggest secret is being patient. So I'm here for Josias. He had questions. Now, if Josias doesn't get on the live stream, then I will turn off the camera and I will go and watch a movie with Karina. And Josias is here. Hi, Diego. What's going on, Josias? And then Jay Con Time. Hey, Diego, how are you guys doing? And we're good. Jay Con Time. We're always good. But we're here for right now. We got our friend from Argentina. A salute to the president of Argentina. And Josiah says, I am here. Joaquin, I am here. Priyanka, hello, Diego and Karina. Good evening. Priyanka. Now, you said, Priyanka, you want me to make videos. I'll do some voiceovers so you can listen to the information when you work. Instead of having to look on your phone, I will make a voiceover so you can put your ear thing in and listen to the information that I put out. There's no problem. It's a good idea. Actually, I'll make a video with just words. Some people don't, if they're at work, they can't watch the video. They want to be able to listen to it. Josias, I have some questions today. Hoy tengo una preguntas. Priyanka, thank you, Diego, for understanding. No problem. Josias, Diego, I need to know how much time does USCIS take to answer since you send the adjustment of status? How much time can they take to send me an RFE? Well, you're not going to get an RFE, Josias, for crying out loud. If you put together a green card package, that's very good, very strong. You don't make any mistakes. You check the paperwork carefully. It's very strong. You're not going to get an RFE. In fact, you're not going to get another visa interview. But the question is, how long does USCIS take to respond to your green card application? You should get if you include Form G1145, you should get a text message from the lockbox probably within the most you'd probably have to wait will be 2 weeks. Okay, the most you'll have to wait, and then the next thing you're gonna get is a letter well, you've already done your biometrics, right? Josias? No, you haven't. No, Josias hasn't done his biometrics. No, you're going to file for your green card application. You get a text message from USCIS after about a week to 2 weeks that they received it. Then you're going to get a letter to schedule your biometrics for the green card. How long does it take if you get an RFE? It could take 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks. If you get an RFE, it could take 2 months to look at it. Shiku, hi Diego, long time. I hope you are fine. Shiku, we are good. We're doing great. Karina's worked all day, and now she's here on the live stream for you guys. Jay, one time. So we filed a lawsuit finally after waiting 10 months for the DS 5535. There you go. Just waiting the defendants to be served. The defendants is the U.S. Embassy, who is dilly-dallying around with your paperwork. And then we got to wait 60 days and see what happens. Yeah, the U.S. government has 60 days to respond to a subpoena from a federal lawsuit because they're jacking you around. Priyanka, I called USCIS regarding the AR-11. An AR-11 is for you, not for your husband. Your husband is the American citizen. You are the beneficiary. When I changed my address from Alabama to Michigan, their contact center operator said that they can see the change in the address only if the case is pending. Since I don't have that, they can't see my recent address. Don't worry about it. As long as you filed the AR-11, as long as you have a copy of the filed AR-11, and then your husband has to file a different form to change his location to Michigan. Okay, and that form gets mailed to Texas. It's 5 pages. I just made a video about it. Josias, but even if I get an RFE, how much would it take for them to give me that RFE? Josias, if I cross the road tomorrow, the main highway, and if I look both ways, the chances of getting hit is pretty zero. But if I cross the road and I don't look both ways, there's a good chance I'm going to get hit by a freaking car. Josias, first you got to file your green card application. Don't worry about an RFE. Put together a good package, a good green card application. Then that means you're looking both ways before you cross the street. If you put together a crappy green card application with hardly any evidence, that means you're crossing the road without looking, and chances are you're going to get hit by a semi-truck. Put together a fantastic green card application. Put together everything I've explained to you how to do it. Watch the videos I've made. If you pay attention to everything I've made in the videos, you're good to go. The question is, how long is the deadline that they give you to answer the RFE? They will tell you in a letter. It depends on what the RFE is. They will give you time to respond. It depends. Chiku, I have been going through stress with my fiance about my green card, My child already is in school, but my fiance insists I have to work to raise money for the green card. I said I can't work. She said that you can't work without a green card. You cannot go to work without a freaking green card, Chiku. When you get your green card, you can go to work, or your work permit, then you can get a job. Turner, hi Diego and Karina. My case is with the Dominican Embassy, Dominican Republic. We have been trying to schedule a K1 interview since July 23rd. So it's a couple of months. Keep trying. You should be able to get one by the end of this month. Okay, we're going to put pixie dust, right? Pixie dust over Taranda's case so that they can schedule a K1 visa interview. Karina's checking to make sure the lid's on, so I don't throw whatever it is, sprinkles everywhere. Josias, Diego, we are planning on sending the album pics of evidence of the adjustment of status in black and white. No, you want to send pictures in color. Photographs in color. Some pictures in black and white are fine, but color pictures is what they want to see. Diego, when they ask in Form I-485 and Form I-765, that's the work permit, about my current immigration status, is it put K1? Yes, your current immigration status is K1. Which part of 2, item 27 in the I-765 talks about eligibility category? I've made a video about what the eligibility category is. If you want to know the eligibility category, watch the video I made on what the eligibility category is for the work permit. I made a video specifically on the eligibility category. I made a video about it. So you just go in the channel and type in work permit. You type in Diego Ross. Type in this. Diego Ross work permit. Category or something like that. If you type in something like that, work permit category or eligibility, watch the video and it will tell you exactly what you put in the block on the work permit. Okay? You can just watch the video. Priyanka, thank you, Diego. No problem. Uno Mikey. Very good. Uno Mikey. I questioned my wife yesterday to prepare her for the spouse interview. The skills interview, right? And I asked her, what airport do I take to go to Colombia? She said, the Florida airport. The Florida airport? Florida's got like 20 freaking airports. You're going to leave from Orlando, right? Orlando. Mountain Dew salute for your prometida, not knowing there's more than one airport in Florida. There's Pensacola International Airport. There's Fort Walton Beach Airport. There's an airport in Tallahassee. There's an airport in Miami. There's an airport in Fort Lauderdale. There's an airport in Orlando. I recommend going through the Miami airport. because Orlando and Fort Lauderdale are really busy. Shiku, we have serious confusion about that. She said, I have to find the money. I said, I can't work because my 90 days expired. You can't work because you don't have a green card. I don't know what to do. She said, I have to work to raise the money. This is difficult. When you get your green card, you got to pay. You can go to work. First, you got to file for the green card and the work permit if you want the work permit. Get that first. Then, but you got to apply for the green card with the work permit together. Okay? They got to be in the same application. Odo Mikey, October 8th is the Scary Maze interview in Bogota, Colombia. And when she passes the visa interview, which will take probably 2 minutes, okay, go and eat pizza at Viva La Pizza in Central Bogota, not Central Colombia. Central Bogota, it's great pizza. Josias, also we are planning on my wife's to change her name legally. She is the U.S. citizen. Would it be a problem if we send the adjustment of status months later we change her name? Well, you change her name on the form 485 when you apply for the green card. You can change the name on the 485. You don't have to go to court and change her last name. Go to the DMV, get a new driver's license with her new married name to you. So it's Mrs. Pasali. She goes to the DMV. Hey, I got married to Josias from Argentina. I want to change my driver's license. I want to change the name on my driver's license. Okay, where's the marriage certificate? Here it is. Here's the marriage certificate. Oh, very good. And then you pay the $50 or whatever it is, and she gets a brand new driver's license with her married name on it, and you're done. That's how you do it. It's so easy. A caveman can do this. Then when you file for the green card, your wife is going to put, when she puts her information in the 485 and on the 864, she's going to put your last name as the sponsor because she's married to you and she took your last name. It's easy stuff. Man, this is like, I don't know. It's easy to do, guys. Josias, it's because her filled out USCIS forms before her birth last. Josias, you got married. She's changed her name to your name. All she's got to do is go get a driver's license with your last name on it, and then include that in the green card application. Immigration's going to see that she changed her last name to your last name. That's how it works in America. It's not a problem. Okay, it's not going to cause chaos. Taronda, thank you, Diego. I love this channel. Taronda, Mountain Dew salute for Taronda Turner. Taronda's hanging in there. Everything's going to work out for you. Disco Harem. Disco. I used to like disco in the 70s. I used to like John Travolta and Saturday Night Fever. Great movie. Disco Harem. Hello, Diego. I had my green card last week. Thank you for your help. Well, we're glad to hear you got your green card. And hopefully we're glad the channel helped you get it. And it didn't cost you, billions of pesos, right? You did it for free. Josias, my wife is the best, and thanks to her, God, and you, I got my K1 visa. So thank you so much. You're welcome. And quit paying your immigration attorney all this stupid money. I'm here to answer your questions for free. Josias, so in that video of work permit, you can explain how to fill out the form K1 visa, Diego. In the video, I made a video specifically identifying what your adjudication, what the status is. I will put it in a link on this video after the live stream. Then you can watch it. Destiny's Room, our Moroccan K1 visa status no longer says application received. It now says approved. Well, didn't we say that was coming your way? Now you're going to wait for issued status, Destiny's Room. Mountain Dew salute. Now you're waiting for issued status. And guess what happens when you get the issued status? What happens when you get issued status? Well, you go pick up your passport with the K1 visa and you check it to make sure there's no typos, no errors in the visa. And then you buy a plane ticket and you come to America. Josias, we are putting a big, strong case with everything needed. The only thing worries me is the last tax return. Well, you don't have to worry about that as long as you can prove income for 2024. Even my wife makes so much more than required in 2024. Nobody wants to be a joint sponsor. Okay, well, the people that don't want to be a joint sponsor, okay, remember them at Christmas. And if they ask, where's my Christmas card? You say, I don't know. I don't know what happened to your Christmas card. I'm sorry. Okay. And when birthdays come around and they ask, where's my birthday card? You say, I don't know what happened to your birthday card. It must have got lost in the mail. And then you say under your breath, you don't want to be my joint sponsor? Go pack sand. That's what you do. You're going to be okay, Josias. Chris and Emma, do I have to change the financial support and sign date the marriage support proof of marriage? What? Do I have to change the financial support and sign date the marriage support proof of marriage? I don't understand the question. Do I have to change the financial support? The sponsor fills out the affidavit of support, the Form I-864. That's what the sponsor fills out. And the sponsor helps the beneficiary fill out the green card application, 485. I don't understand date marriage support, proof of marriage. I don't understand the question. The Mountain Nomad, hey, Destiny's Room, we have received our welcome letter a month ago and our status still in transit. How long did you have to wait to be in ready status after you received the welcome letter? That's a good question. Chris and Emma, intent of marriage has to be changed date. Chris and Emma, when you write a letter of intent to get married, you write one each for the K-1 visa application, and then you write one each for the K-1 visa interview, and you fill it out and you write it and you date it about 2 weeks before the K-1 visa interview. So you got K-1, you got letters of intent to get married, right? You filled it out for the K-1 visa. And then you do this, you repeat the letter of intent to get married, both of you repeat, but you add more stuff to it, you add more things to it, and you date it about 2 weeks before the K-1 or a week before the K-1 visa interview. Toronto, you're welcome. And Mountain Nomads, I am in Morocco as well. We'll go eat some Moroccan food because soon you're both going to be in the United States. And I don't know how hard it is to find good Moroccan food in the United States. But I'm always thinking, when I was in Colombia with Karina, I was trying to eat at a different restaurant all the time. I'm looking for a different restaurant that's Colombian, because I know I'm not going to be going to eat there again for many years. When Karina's here in America, we're working on her 10-year green card. So go eat some good Moroccan food. Let's see. Chris and Emil, financial support has to be updated, dates and signed again. When you file for the green card, you have to fill out Form I-864. When you file for the K-1 visa, you fill out the Declaration of Financial Support. They're two different forms. So when you file for the green card, you're gonna fill out Form I-864, make sure the addition date's correct. You redo it, you do it, you fill it out, make sure you put the right family size, and you sign it and date it. And I've made videos on how to fill out the I-864. I've made a video for every single process in a K-1 visa. You just got to find it. Josias, would be a good idea to send the adjustment of status, for example, 4 months after you got married. You send it, you file for the green card 60 to 70 days after you get married. You want to try to do it within 90 days. If you can't do it within 90 days, don't worry, you're in status, but you want to get it done as soon as you can, okay? If they send us a joint sponsor RFE, we would be able to file the tax return for 2024 and show them, yes, you can use your 2024 tax return, but you're not going to get a 2024 tax return. You would have to file taxes in January of 2025. So you're going to need the W-2s from both jobs and a 1099. So in January 31 is the cutoff date for companies to file the W-2s to their employees. Now, I'm not a CPA. I just know how to do this. You get the W-2s, you file the taxes in January of 2025, and then you have the evidence that immigration needs for income for 2024. That's right. And January of 2025 is going to be here before you know it. You're going to wake up and it's going to be January. Let me see. I'm making sure I don't miss anybody. Destiny's Room. Let me go check. All right. Destiny's Room. Passport. Josias, what happens if we don't change my wife's legal name to my last name? And she keeps her maiden name or her single name. USCIS wouldn't like that. It will be harder for when you become U.S. citizen, because why would that when you go to become a U.S. citizen, immigration is going to ask why didn't your wife take your last name? Let me see. Could we change her legal name even after we send the adjustment of status? Change it when you file for the freaking green card on the 485. When you fill out the form 85, information about you, Josias, and then you go to let me see here. Let's go. Come on, I'm doing it for you, man. I'm holding your hand here, brother. It's all about you, and then you get information about your parents in Argentina, the beautiful country of Argentina. Information about any children, biographic information. Okay. But you change, your wife can go to the DMV and with the marriage certificate and say, I got married to Josias and I'm taking his last name. I need to change my driver's license. Then she has a legal government document with your name on it. That's how you do it. Josias, do you not listen? Josias. Come on now. Destiny's Room. The Mountain Nomad, Grace received. Okay, so she's given the timeline. Josias, Diego, can I sign the forms of USCIS for adjustment of status with my name and last name plus my original sign, the one that we always make? What I mean is putting my whole name in next to my normal name. Josias, when you sign form 485 to adjust your status, you sign your first name, your middle name, if you have a second middle name, and your last name. Josias, boom, boom, Pazelli. If you've got 4 freaking names, you sign all 4 names. Immigration needs to be able to read your signature. Okay? If you do a doctor's chicken scratch signature and immigration cannot read your signature, they will send you an RFE. So you're going to sign your name, Josias, middle name, Pacelli, so immigration can read it. Okay, you got it? Oh no, Mikey, my wife's interview appointment will be at 8 o'clock in the morning. What time do you think she needs to be there? She needs to be at the embassy by 7 o'clock in the morning. Okay, 1 hour before. Josias, or just my whole name is enough when you sign the form. When you sign the green card application form, Josias, you will sign your entire name. First name, middle name, last name. So our immigration can read it. Okay? The Mountain Nomads, Destiny's Room, thank you. We hope to get the ready status very soon because I know how hard it is to contact the Moroccan consulate. It's tough. Well, our case has been sent to the consulate on the 13th of August, 2024, and we're still in transit. Yeah, it takes a while to get to Morocco. The DHL chartered aircraft is flying different countries. It's not just going from New Hampshire to Morocco. It's going to go from New Hampshire to different countries and then stop in Morocco and then fly on to other countries with all these different approved K-1 visa packages. Destiny's Room, you can try putting in a public inquiry via the NBC. You can do that. Nadia Olisa, hi Diego, getting married next week at Las Vegas as you advised instead of here in California. Yeah, if you get married in Los Angeles, it takes 4 to 6 weeks to get a freaking marriage license. Mountain Dew salute. Then it takes another 4 to 6 weeks to get a marriage certificate. So it takes 2 to 3 months just to get freaking proof that you got married, right? If you get married in LA or in San Diego, there's a heck of a waiting list. There's a long lead time between the marriage license to the marriage certificate It's just living in California is, in my opinion, is a nightmare. I would rather live on Mars in a spacesuit than live in California. Okay, just my opinion. Good job on getting married in Nevada, because you got your marriage license in 20 minutes. You got your marriage certificate in 20 minutes. You got all the paperwork you need to file for your green card. And you don't have to be sitting twiddling your thumbs waiting for the government of Los Angeles or San Diego or whoever, Sacramento. That's even worse. San Francisco, I could not bear. I won't even go there on vacation. I would love to show Karina the Golden Gate Bridge, but the place is a freaking sewer. Good job on getting the marriage done in Nevada. And then the adjustment of status is going to be next. Yeah. How do I go about getting a California state ID? Why do you need a California state ID? Here's what I would do. I would move to Nevada. That's what I would do. Once you get your green card, get the heck out of California and move to Nevada, and you will double your income. You'll get a massive pay raise because you don't pay state tax in Nevada. You don't need a state ID. Get your green card. That's what you need, is your green card. And then you get a driver's license. Josias, thanks, Diego. So before we send the adjustment of status, we go to the DMV and we change my wife's name. You got it. Josias. You figured it out, right? Because it's responsibility of the sponsor for the 865. No. The beneficiary is responsible for the 864. Listen. The beneficiary is responsible for filing for the green card, the 485, but your sponsor can help you. The sponsor is responsible for the affidavit of support, right, which is the 864. You're right. Exactly. Not 865, it's 864. So it should be after we send the adjustment of status, just to be clear. Just to be clear, Josias, take your wife to the DMV, bring the marriage certificate, bring your passport so they can match your passport to the marriage certificate, and get her a new driver's license in her married name. Then you're done. Then she's changed her name. April Flower, hi Diego. I hope to hear news soon from the embassy. I've been frustrated today. April Flower, we understand. Now your beneficiary is from Iraq, so it's just taking a little more time. But you're good, April Flower. The American people have no problem with Iraq. The people of Iraq, we got no problem with Iraq. Okay? We look forward to getting your family reunited, all right? The Mountain Nomads. Thank you, Diego. You are the best. Appreciate your Destiny's Room. There you go. Destiny's Room. Bedtime again for me. Destiny's Room, it's 6:30 in the freaking evening. Why are you going to bed so early? Good. God bless. Trust in Diego. That's good words. That's true. And Karina also, who are kindly here for us during this challenging time. We're here for you guys. We didn't go anywhere. Karina already got our green card. We could be on the beach right now, playing water polo, but we're doing a live stream. And this live stream is for Josias. Brian Gonzalez, Diego, my wife was called for a biometrics appointment. Very good. What are some pointers you can share for me? Biometrics where? In the United States or in her foreign country? If the biometrics is in the foreign country, in the United States, okay, then for her biometrics, she needs to bring the appointment letter. Brian, listen. For her biometrics, she must bring her passport and her appointment letter and the marriage certificate. Okay? The marriage certificate, the letter you got from immigration for the appointment, you must be appearing for your biometrics on this day, at this time, in this building, right? On this street. Bring that letter, bring the passport with the K1 in it, bring the marriage certificate, okay? And you're good to go. Destiny's Room is going to bed. Everybody say good night to Destiny's Room. At 6:30 at night, Okay, but she's going to bed. Sylvan Spector. Diego, when Karina had her visa interview in Bogota, Colombia, did she need to have any Spanish documents translated to English? No. If you have a K1 visa interview at the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia, or in the Dominican Republic, those two embassies do not require a translation of the birth certificate or the police certificate. When you get to the United States, or the letter of intent to get married. Now, when you get to the United States of America, Sylvan, listen up. When she gets to America, you guys get married, you're going to have to include her birth certificate, a copy of her birth certificate in the green card application. That must be translated into English from Colombian, from Spanish. Okay? You don't need the Colombian police certificate for the green card application. You don't need any more police certificates. When your beneficiary gets to the United States and you get married, you don't have to include any more police certificates in the green card application. That's all done. Okay? But you must get her passport, her birth certificate translated into English for the green card, not for the K1 visa interview. So Bryant, when she goes to the visa interview, or Sylvan, when she goes to the visa interview in Bogota, she needs to bring her passport, her birth certificate, original, plus a copy of her birth certificate. So they might take a copy. You don't want to give them the freaking original. Her police certificate from Colombia, the passports of your relation, her photographs of your relationship, her letter of intent to get married, your letter of intent to get married, your last 2 years, 3 years of tax returns, tax transcripts, W-2s, pay stubs for the last 6 months of your job, your I-134, the Josias Declaration of Financial Support. Don't forget that. Okay. Toronda, let me see, April Flower. They did ask for passport for issuance as stated in the email, but still nothing yet since they asked for more photos. Yeah, they want to look at more pictures of him, April. That's all. Remember, he's from Iraq. They're going to take his pictures when he was 15, 16 years old. They're going to put it into a machine that's going to scan the biometric pointers on his face, and that will be then ran against his pictures today, and they will see if they match. It's all security. Iraq, ever since President Bush gave the order to invade Iraq and got over 4,000 American military folks killed and over 200,000 Iraqis killed, that was Bush that did that, okay? It's much harder for Iraqis to get a green card or a K1 visa, primarily a K1 visa, not so much the green card, the K1 visa, okay? Was that the fault of the Iraqis? No. It was the fault of our freaking government. Now, I had, I'm not bashing America, but we had no reason to invade Iraq. There was no reason, okay? Now we got all these problems with visas and travel. I would love to take Karina to Iraq and to be a tourist, but I can't do that. I can't do it because in the past our government was so screwed up they got a lot of people killed. And I send my condolences to any Iraqis watching this. If any of you family members were killed or injured back in the day, I'd send my condolences to your families, and also to the families of the military service members that got killed in the United States, members of the Army, the Air Force, the Navy. I mean, a lot of people got killed because of President Bush. Let me see. Josias, we are discussing with my wife if we should send the adjustment of status on these days. It has been 80 days since we got married. You should submit your green card application when you have a strong green card package put together. If you want to wait until your 2024 tax return in January, you can do that. September, October, but you're cutting it kind of close. You're cutting it kind of close. Hannah, hi Diego. For the medical exam, I did it in my home country, which already expired 2 days ago. I did not make the vaccinations, so I have to start the medical exam in the USA for the adjustment of status. That's correct. When you get to the United States of America, repeat the medical exam by a civil surgeon authorized by the State Department to do medical exams. It has to be by an authorized doctor, okay? Josias, so Diego, next task for me is changing my wife's last name to mine. You would think, right? And then having a photocopy of her new driver's license with my name to send it to the adjustment of status, plus a bunch of other stuff. Then we put her new last name on all the forms. You got it. Josias, you got it. Josias. Now I know people, I know y'all from Argentina are very intelligent. I know Karina's from Venezuela. She got a degree in tax accounting. She's very intelligent. You all are very smart. Okay? You can do this, Josias. Francois is in the house. Karina, Francois. Hello. Good evening, Diego and Karina. Francois from upstate New York. Francois is getting so close to her future husband's visa interview. This just next week. Francois, next week, Hamid's going to get his K1 visa. It's amazing, right? Brian Gonzalez, once we complete the biometrics appointment in the United States, what would be the next steps? Nothing. You wait for the green card. That's it. You're done. April Flower, it has been about 3 weeks since we sent the photos. No, I understand, April. They got to scan the pictures biometrically. They got to put points and dots on his face. They got to scan those, and then they got to match it against pictures for today. It's all biometrics, okay? And when he lands in the United States of America, they're going to take his picture at the airport, and his picture will be biometrically matched, okay, to all the pictures that were uploaded by immigration in the embassy. It's all biometrics. It's just security. That's all. Like there was a guy from communist China. There was a guy from communist China who had a twin brother. Okay, and this guy from communist China wanted to go on vacation to Australia. He said, "I want to go to Australia on vacation," but he'd been banned from traveling to Australia for 3 years because he had violated visa regulations in the past. So he took his brother's passport, who was an exact copy. They were exactly alike, right? They were twin brothers. So he used his brother's passport and flew to Australia and pretended to be his brother. The Australian immigration took the picture of his passport and they scanned it through biometrics. And it didn't match his face. Even though they looked the same, everybody's face is biometrically different. They said, "This isn't you. What are you trying to do, dude?" He said, "No, it's my brother. It's my twin brother. I just wanted to come here, vacation, see my family." So he got sent back on a plane to communist China and was banned for another 3 years from coming to Australia. Biometrics is very strong in protecting the integrity of photographs. Josias, I'm just really doubtful about when sending the adjustment of status. If waiting more weeks to send it with even more evidence, or just send it this week. When you feel comfortable with your green card application, Josias, if you watch all the videos I've made on how to apply for a green card, after watching the videos, your green card application is better than or equal to the videos I've made, send it in. Josias, is it a problem to send it, for example, after 100 days? No, just don't go past 6 months. 6 months from the day you got married is the cutoff. Matt Berner, how long for you to receive notification of receipt when you send the I-485? For Karina, it was 5 days. The USPS delivered on August 22nd to the Phoenix location. Okay, I thought we would have email by now. Well, Phoenix, number one, you sent it by USPS. I would have sent it by FedEx or UPS or DHL. I would never use the United States Postal System. I would not trust them with Karina's green card application or K1 visa. I use FedEx or UPS. I use UPS. But they're busy right now. in Phoenix is a real busy processing center because they're on the West Coast and they get everybody from everywhere. You know, the West Coast has got the most work. Phoenix is the busiest hub for processing green cards. Taronda, is there any insights on day or time of day when to check for interview appointments, U.S. travel docs in the Dominican Republic? Taronda, check twice a day, every day. Early in the morning, late at night. 5 in the morning and 11 at night. Check. Do 2 times a day. Josias, we are extremely intelligent in Argentina. I know you guys are. Look who you elected as president. Josias. You did great. You guys are smart down in Argentina. You got rid of that communist and you elected a conservative. Now the economy of Argentina is taking off like a rocket ship. I did the whole K1 visa alone and all the forms in the USA. There you go. But I've been following you and your instructions. Well, we're just helping you along. We're pulling you along, Josias. AJ, hi Diego and Karina. Good to see you guys again. AJ, how is your family? How are you, AJ? We hope everybody's doing good. Hannah. So Diego, I already got married within 90 days. As I'm a K1 visa holder, when do you recommend to send my application to the USCIS? As I would say, between 50 to 60 days after you get married, that gives you more than enough time to put together a fantastic green card package. Watch the videos I've made on how to put adjustment of status paperwork together. Francois, we're so close, Diego and Karina. There you go. Francois, you're so close to that K1 visa getting in Hamid's passport. He's probably not sleeping at night. He's probably laying awake watching videos all night because he's so nervous about that scary visa interview. But it's going to be here before you know it, and it's going to be done and over with. And then you guys are going to be flying to the United States together on a big airplane, landing at JFK, John F. Kennedy International Airport in the United States of America, in Queens, New York. And then you're going to go eat a big dinner at a fantastic restaurant in New York City, and then go home. And then start getting your green card stuff ready. Brian Gonzalez, Diego, any idea how long it would take to get the adjustment of status green card once the biometrics take place? Between 4 to 6 months right now. Brian, 4 to 6 months right now. Josias, would you recommend me, Diego, to send, for example, the adjustment of status in November? Would be 4 months after we got married. That's fine. That's good. That's good. Do it in November. That's fine. Josias, Diego, I totally feel confident. Well, you're watching this. You're on the channel with us. Okay. Listen. If you're on the channel with us, I'm going to get you through this process. You just listen to me. You're going to get the stuff done. You're going to get your green card. You're going to do all the work, and I'm going to give you the map. Right? You guys have got this. It's just the joint sponsor thing that got me worried. Don't worry about it. All the other stuff is totally prepared and ready to go. Don't worry. If your wife's income is greater than $40,000 and you can prove it in 2024, and she writes a strong letter, boom, you got it. Green card coming your way, Josias. Taronda, turn and look at that fantastic super sticker. Now that's a super sticker. Taronda Turner, thank you so much. You get a Karina and Diego Mountain Dew salute. Thank you for that, Taronda. You're going to get your K1 visa interview. You're going to get it. You're going to do it. Trust my words. I'm never wrong. I'm never wrong, guys. I helped one person get to the United States from a country. I got him from a country that was in the middle of a war. I got him to another country that granted him political asylum. Then I got him from there to the United States without a freaking passport. And he got his freaking green card. I know how to do this, guys. Let me see here. Joint sponsor, and don't have any way to answer to that. I think a really good response to an RFE is 2024 taxes. That's the correct answer. If you get an RFE, Josias, because of income, you submit to the RFE your 2024 taxes in January of 2025. So you're going to have to get your taxes done in January. The Mountain Nomads, Shiku, get married first and prepare for the green card packet, then save for the green card expenses. You don't have to submit it right away. That's correct. But you must get married within 90 days of arrival. That's correct, Mountain Nomads. Estelle Lemagoon, hi Diego, how are you doing? My wife, Case, is still at the National Visa Center. It's been 2 months. I'm waiting for the welcome letter. Cameroon. Okay, you're good, Estelle. Mountain Dew salute. You've been on the channel a long time, and we have pulled you up. We've pulled you along, right? We've given you the roadmap, and now you're just waiting on the NVC to mail it to the embassy. When the embassy in Cameroon gets unbusy, they're gonna send the NVC an email saying, mail your K1 visa package off. Francois, not sure if this would help. Got an email today saying USIS has moved in California. Don't worry about that. They moved offices, that's all. That's correct, they did. They just moved from this office over here to this office over here. That's all they did. Because the office that they were in processing K1 visas in the past, they're going to be focusing that office primarily on biometric data, okay? That's what they're going to do. But you're absolutely right, Francois. USIS Service Center in California moved down the road from their old location. Josias, my K1 visa interviews literally took me 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Literally, because I put such a strong case that they couldn't ask me for nothing. It was easy, thanks to God and my wife and Diego and Karina. Well, Josias, that's a Mountain Dew salute. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to put a lot of pixie dust on those folks that have K1 visa interviews coming up, especially Francois. A Mountain Dew salute to everybody. And we're glad that everybody's getting forward and moving ahead in the process. And Toronto, thank you for that super sticker. We appreciate that. Josias, the only thing, Diego, please make me feel confident if I wait until November. You can wait until November without sending an adjustment of status. Would I need to be worried about my status? No, you don't have to worry about your status. Even if I get a speeding ticket, don't get a freaking speeding ticket. Don't drive in America. Do not drive in the United States of America until you get your green card. Okay? Don't do it. Right? Karina, she's patiently waiting. Now she's got her driver's license. Don't do it. So what does that mean? If you don't drive, Josias, you won't get a speeding ticket and you won't mess up your immigration status. Brian Gonzalez, my friend Diego, do they ask for the social security number or green card at the biometrics? No. In the United States, no. When you go to the biometrics, Brian, when you go to the biometrics in the United States, you bring the appointment letter, the marriage certificate, and the passport. That's it. No social security numbers required. None of that. It's not required. Josias, I don't want to be thinking that I can't go out of my apartment because I don't have an evidence that I sent the adjustment of status. Listen, Josias, go out of your apartment, go eat in restaurants, go hang out with your wife, go do stuff in America, go jump on a plane and fly somewhere in America for a vacation, and do not worry about your freaking status. So, all right, you got it? I don't want to be afraid of going anywhere. No, there's no reason. Josias, por favor, es importante tu no miedo, viaje, caminar, corre en tu barrio. Okay? Agio Calazo, my prometida from Medellin received the email from the embassy. Do you have a video on how to fill out the DS-160 with a K2? It's easy. Yeah, I have a video how to fill out a DS-160, but it's just the same as if for a K1 as it is for a K2. The only difference is you change the names. Okay? When you fill out a DS-160 for a K1, that's the application for the K1 visa. Then you got to pay the visa fee of $265, and then you pay a second visa fee for the K2, another $265, and you fill out a DS-160 for the K2, just like you did for the K1, except you change the name and the date of birth changes and the passport number changes. It's easy. Don't overthink this, guys. Play, amigo, you guys are in Argentina. No, we're not in Argentina. We're in Florida. We're in Florida, but we're going to go to Argentina when Karina is an American. When Karina gets a U.S. passport, we're going to go to Colombia. We're going to go to England. We're going to go to Argentina. I want to go to Peru. I want to see the Nazca lines. I would love to go to Venezuela, okay? But that commie dictator defrauded 80% of his population and defrauded the whole country, and now he's claiming to be the president of Venezuela. Nicolas Maduro couldn't be president of a freaking donut factory, okay? He was a taxi driver. He's incompetent. He's got a $15 million bounty on his head from the U.S. government. He's a criminal, and he belongs in jail. And he basically scared the guy that won the election in Venezuela, Edmundo Gonzalez, won the election. Maduro put an arrest warrant on him, which made him flee to the embassy of Spain in Caracas, and then the embassy of Spain gave him a political asylum. He should have stayed in Venezuela and told Nicolas Maduro to kiss his backside and stayed at the embassy in Spain and basically and defended his election win, like Maria Corina Machado is still in Venezuela. She didn't run. She stood her ground in Venezuela. And I'm going to give a Mountain Dew salute to that courageous lady who didn't run from that commie dictator Maduro. She's a hero. She's like Trump, who took a bullet for us in the ear. She's brave. Sylvan, Diego, my fiance has a 7-year-old daughter who will be present at the K1, K2. That's good. I have notarized the document of the father giving approval. That's mainly for the airport immigration. The U.S. immigration, the embassy don't care about. They don't care. It's your responsibility and the beneficiary's responsibility to get permission to leave the country. Not U.S. embassy don't care. And Joe Colazzo, look at that super sticker. Ooh, look at that. Thank you, Joe Colazzo, for that super sticker. We appreciate you. Fantastic, guys. Sylvan, the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia, they don't ask for a letter which gives permission for the K2 to leave Colombia. They don't ask for that. It's none of that. That's between you and the Colombian government. So when you get to the airport in El Dorado, Sylvan, you're listening to me, right? When you get to the airport in El Dorado and you get ready to go through Colombian immigration, that is where you have to show the letter where the father has given permission for the child to leave Colombia. And it has to be a letter from a judge in Colombia. You don't need a notarized document of the father's approval. Do I need something extra? No. No, Sylvan, no, you don't need any other documents. The U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia are not going to ask you for a permission slip for that K2 to leave Colombia. That's between you, your prometida, and Colombian immigration. What I would do, this is what I would do, Sylvan. Go to Colombian immigration at the airport in El Dorado with that document and ask immigration, is this document good enough for my stepchild to leave Colombia? Do that tomorrow. Okay, if you're this close to a visa interview, you got to go to the immigration folks, the Colombian immigration, with that document and ask Colombian immigration, can my K2 leave Colombia with this document? That's what you got to do. Okay, it's irrelevant. The U.S. Embassy couldn't care less. You got it? Sylvan, I'm giving you 100% the best advice here. Okay. Josias, I never drive in America and I won't drive until my green card. Josias, you're listening to me. Josias, Diego, thank you. I have better answers now and more guidance. There you go. And it didn't cost you $300 or $400, right, with an immigration attorney for a phone call. Did it? Not a penny. Josias, if they deny your adjustment of status because they just deny, or can you resubmit again if they, and the adjustment of status, pay the fees again, sending all the forms? If you get a green card application denied, you look at why it was denied first. Once you see the reason, if it was nothing major because you messed up, you did something stupid, you forgot to sign something, you got to resubmit it and repay the fees. Okay? So make sure you don't make any mistakes on the paperwork. 3 minutes of soccer. Hola! What's going on? 3 minutes of soccer. Francois, you're right, Diego. Hamid is getting anxious. Yeah, he's laying in his bed. He's got a little rabbit's foot. But I keep reassuring he's going to be great, do great. Our relationship is 100% real. We know that. But he thinks he's going to face 1 million questions because I'm older. No, he's going to probably get 5 questions. 6. Nothing, it's easy. Josias, could you resubmit the adjustment of status that by myself if that ever happens? You got to have your wife. She has to sign the affidavit of support. Now it's 3 minutes of soccer is now 5 minutes of soccer. You went from 3 minutes of soccer to 5 minutes of soccer. But we know a soccer game is 90 minutes long. 45 minutes per side. And then after 45 minutes, the teams leave the pitch. They go drink some Mountain Dew, and then they change sides, and they come back and change goals, right? So what's going on 5 minutes of soccer? Let me see here. Living apart is tough. We were living apart for almost a year. We understand. What you guys are going through, we've been through it. Francois, I told him if it was an issue, our wouldn't have been approved. And where we are today if it was an issue. No, you got now you're just going through the formalities now. Francois, you're good. Relax. Everything's good. Lee Kukula, hey, Diego and Karina, can you pay the visa fee once for your K1 and K2, or you got to pay separately? You got to pay separately. Lee Kukula, you pay a K1 and a K2 visa are 2 separate visas for 2 separate people. You pay for you submit the DS-160, which is free. There's no cost for the DS-160. Then you pay for the visa interview for the K1. Then you submit the DS-160 for the K2, and you pay the visa fee for the K2. So $265 you pay for the K1, and then you pay it again, another $265 for the K2. When you get to the United States of America, you're going to file 2 green card applications, one for the K1 and one for the K2. You're going to write two separate checks, one for the K1 and one for the K2. 2 separate green card applications, 2 separate checks, 2 separate packages of information. But you can put them in the same box and ship them via DHL or FedEx or UPS. Let me see. Francois, typos, you're good. Josias, we are putting all the employee letters, pay stubs, bank statements, direct deposits, cover letter, explaining current annual income. That's all you get. That's all you can do. It's all strong, but I heard they do care about the last tax return. Yeah, they care about the last tax return, but things change. Okay, life is fluid. Life isn't a cookie cutter. Life, your whole life could change tomorrow. You could win $1 million tomorrow in the lottery. An asteroid could hit the Earth tomorrow night and wipe us all out. Things change in an immigration pack. In immigration, things change. Immigration, understand that things change in your life. Okay, as long as you can back up your change with evidence and proof, you're good. They're not going to change your mind with your case, Josias. You're going to get your green card, Josias. Diego, do you use any binders for the paper? And when you send your adjustment of status, or just send them all next to each other without any binders or something. Well, I put all of Karina's documents in an Office Depot binder in document protectors to protect the documents when they sit on a shelf in Chicago. But you can put them all together if you want in a folder. But I used an Office Depot binder and document protectors. 5 minutes of soccer. Diego, does my fiance need a COVID vaccine in France for the medical appointment? No, she doesn't. But she needs a COVID vaccine for her green card. The COVID vaccination plus the booster is mandatory for the green card. It's not mandatory for the K-1 visa interview. Now, President Biden made it mandatory for COVID vaccinations for all green card applications. He made it mandatory. He told the CDC he wants it mandatory, the Center for Disease Control. Now, we have an election in November. In January, if we get a new president, if Trump is elected president, he could, then I have got a feeling that this COVID stuff, all these mandatory requirements are going to go away. Okay? Just my opinion. Don't hold me to it. But I think it will. I don't think you're going to be worried about, I don't think the U.S. State Department is going to be demanding COVID vaccinations from green card applicants come January. If Trump is elected. Just my opinion. I'm not saying that's true. I'm just saying that's what I think. Hannah, in the I-485, there is a question asking place of last arrival into the United States. Should I write the first airport of my entry? The first airport where you landed, which was New York on my phone, or my final destination, Detroit. No, you're gonna Hannah, you're gonna put JFK, New York. You landed at JFK, right, or LaGuardia? Did you land at JFK or did you land at LaGuardia? If you landed at JFK, you'll put JFK Airport, New York. 5 minutes of soccer. I love the laughing, man. Josias, for example, there you go. If they deny your adjustment of status because you didn't provide a joint sponsor, they're not going to deny it. They're going to send you an RFE. Can you resubmit again when you deny you for that reason? Yeah, if you can prove the income. If you can prove the income is way above what they are asking for under the federal guidelines, you just resubmit it. Sylvan, thanks for the advice, Diego. You're welcome. Josias, what can happen, Diego, if my wife is driving and she just gets pulled out by the police with me as a co-pilot and you haven't sent the adjustment of status? Josias, they will ask for your ID, but the person driving is responsible for the person who's the passenger. So if your wife is driving and you're a passenger and your wife goes 85 miles an hour in a school zone and the police pull her over, she's going to get a big ticket for speeding in a school zone, but they're going to take your ID and they're going to ask who you are. And in the police report, they're going to say you are a passenger, but not the driver. And they're not going to charge you with anything unless you don't have your seatbelt on. Camille 1, hi Diego and Karina from Boston. Camille 1, what's going on? How's your new wife doing in Boston? She was used to living in Cambodia. Now she's going to have to get ready for a cold winter in Boston. Francois, how important is the varicella vaccine? He didn't get, nor was it on the list of mandatory vaccines. He asked about it yesterday and he was told not to worry about it. The civil surgeon told him not to worry about it. Don't worry about it. He's good. But listen up, Francois. When he gets to the United States, you need to repeat the medical exam and have a civil surgeon review his vaccination documents and let the civil surgeon, who is authorized by the State Department to do medical exams, make the decision on what vaccines he needs or if he's missing any, okay? But don't worry about it for right now. He's good. 5 minutes of soccer. Diego, my fiance, is in France, is about to get French citizenship, but we applied the K1 with a different foreign passport in Cameroon. Do you think we should push the interview until she gets the French passport? Here's what I would do. I would leave it alone with the Cameroon passport, get to the United States of America, and focus on becoming an American. And then the Cameroon passport and the French passport becomes irrelevant. Use her Cameroon passport for the K1 visa, come to America, and in 3 years from now, apply for citizenship, become an American, get a U.S. passport, and then don't worry about it. Just my opinion. Miguel, I can't wait for November, Diego. Come on, Miguel, Mountain Dew salute. I can't wait for November 5th. We need to get this election over with, guys. Francois, Diego, you're going to like this. About 23 hours to get to Abu Dhabi. 23 hours. Francois, you're going to have a sore butt flying 23 hours. What do you have to change planes? Where do you got to change planes? You're going to go from New York City to where? I don't know. I got no idea. I can't think of it being a direct flight from New York to Abu Dhabi. I don't think there's a plane with enough fuel tanks where they can get enough fuel to do that. Hannah, I got vaccinated for COVID in my country. Good. And I have a certificate for that. Very good. When I will make the medical exam, will I show it to the doctor? Yes. Who will make the entire test with the vaccinations, right? Yes. Hannah, that's correct. Repeat the medical exam. Get your vaccinations recertified by a civil surgeon in the United States, okay? That will protect you completely, 100% from not getting a medical RFE. Josias, so the only thing you can get deported when your I-94 expires before sending the adjustment of status is getting into really big trouble. That's correct. You're right. They wouldn't deport you for something silly or anything random. No. Listen, Josias, you got married within 90 days. You're in status. Now you're putting your green card stuff together. You're good. Just don't be doing something stupid. Don't be getting in a car and going 85 in a school zone. Don't do that. Don't drive. Stay off the roads till you get your green card. Okay? Karina got her driver's license. She's good to go. Brownie RSPS. Now, Brownie RSPS is in England, right? You're watching us from the United Kingdom. Hello, Diego and Karina. Hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. Still waiting on the National Visa Center to send documents to my embassy in London, but it looks like they're backlogged again right now. The U.S. Embassy in London is backlogged. Brownie, they're really, really backlogged. But you will get your visa interview, okay? The NVC will mail your stuff to the embassy in London as soon as it gets unbusy. They will. Camille one, she and Doug are doing well, ready for the cold weather in Boston. Thank you for asking. There you go. Josias, if that is the case, Diego, I can wait a few months, like until October, for example, and send the adjustment of status like 110 days after getting married, and everything will be okay. Yes, everything's going to be fine. You're good. Agile Colazo, my bad for comment. This isn't a political channel. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. They're both equally not doing what they're supposed to do. But you can make political comments on this channel. I don't care. I'm going to help you get your green card. I'm going to help you get your K-1 visa. If you are a sponsor who's a Democrat, a Republican, a liberal, conservative, I don't care. I'm going to help you get your K-1 visa and your green card for your beneficiary. I'm going to help you get it, okay? But I'm conservative, okay? And my opinion is this. When I go to work and make money, I want to keep as much of that money as I can. I don't want to give it to the government to go blow it on BS, on crap. They spend it on so much garbage, okay? That's my political opinion. My political opinion is when I make money, when Karina makes money, she wants to keep as much of it as possible and not give it to the freaking government. So what political party does that? Basically, the Republicans, right? They're the ones that are supposed to be doing that. Are they doing that? No, they're failing. They are working with the Democrats to take our money. Okay? Most of them. But that's my opinion. You can say political stuff all you want. This is a First Amendment friendly place. What is the First Amendment? The First Amendment is in the Bill of Rights, where you can speak your mind and not fear censorship. Okay? I won't censor you, just don't use any bad language. Josias, I won't be driving Diego, but I'm a co-pilot for my wife. We are traveling all the time. No, you're not a co-pilot for your wife. No, you're not. She is the only person driving in your family right now. You got it? Francois, it is a direct flight to Abu Dhabi. Okay, did it last year. Gotcha. 12 and a half hours straight from JFK, layover and gotcha. So you get a layover at John F. Kennedy International. Francois, translated this for Karina. Nos vimos a los dos el próximo chat en vivo en el sábado. Buenas noches. So Saturday, Francois will be back on the live stream. Josias, a good night, Francois. Buenas noches. We will chat Saturday. Josias, and if I ever have a problem when they ask for my status, could I show them my K1 visa? Yes. Yes, and your marriage certificate. You're good to go. And with that said, I'm out of here. I'm hungry. Tengo hambre. Poco. We did an extra live stream for Josias, our friend from Argentina. Thank you for the super stickers, guys. We appreciate those very much. And we will see you. We will be back on Saturday, same time, 6 p.m. Central. Josias, Donata, Brownie, RSVPS, RSPS. Respond, s'il vous plaît. Good night, guys. Josias, take care and see you Saturday. Hasta luego.